Good morning to you. Or maybe it's afternoon to you. I don't know. It depends on what neck of the woods you're living in. Here is Central Standard Time, so it's still good morning to me. Y'all come on in. We're going to talk about something today that is of interest to me. With all this stuff going on in the world now and all these crimes that are being committed by high profile people, I ain't talking about the petty stuff, you know. We're talking about high profile crimes. But just the idea of how long they've been going on. So I'm going to wait until y'all get in here. I ain't going to start before y'all get in here. But I will tell y'all that Baltimore, can y'all see it? Them Ravens, they want, hold up. Let me stand up, okay? Y'all see them Ravens? That's the last Super Bowl shirt. Yeah, I was there in New Orleans at the Superdome when the lights went out. And was. But they won last night over Buffalo. So congratulations to my Ravens. Yeah, it's just like that. Hey, everybody coming in. Good morning to you, LaWanda and Latina. And did I miss somebody? I don't know. Let's see. No, y'all were the first two in the house this morning. And that looks like Miss Jackie Johnson over there. I got some glasses too, because I might get to the point where the sun was kind of hurting my eyes when I was sitting over there. But it ain't too bad over here on this side. But it's a beautiful day in the city. So I'm not going to tarry, because y'all are good about catching the replays. Hey, Kendra's Corner. Kendra, I had to leave you last night, sugar. I don't know, but I had to go watch my Ravens, baby. Yeah, I had to go check them out. And they won, so kudos to the Ravens, okay? But this morning I was thinking about what we going to talk about today. So I said, well, we've been keeping up with this Diddy stuff going on. And it's a lot of people involved in this. But y'all got to be out of y'all's minds if y'all think that this is just about the sex that he was having. Okay, you think about this, because I thought about it. Now, what grown person, all of y'all in this chat, do you think I really care about y'all having sex and who you having sex with, whether it's male, female, all night, 24 hours, 48 hours? No, that's the furthest thing from my mind, because it ain't none of my business and I don't care. And that's the way that court is looking at it too. Diddy stepped on some toes. Way higher than him. They got him on some charges that they knew would stick. But that it was all about getting him out of circulation. The charges that they put on him to make him not be able to go back home. To make him have to give up everything and to shut him down. Diddy got too big for his britches. That's what happened with him. Who am I missing? Oh, y'all just flying up in here, y'all. But I only got an hour for real today, and I got to go back. So hopefully I'm catching y'all as y'all coming in. Miss Audrey and Miss Jackie. Miss Aretha, good morning. Hey, Michelle James, how you doing? Okay, if I missed anybody, it's because I'm trying to get on with the subject matter this morning. So don't charge it against me now, because I ain't trying to do it. Look, LaWanda's agreeing with me. Yeah, it's higher up than him. Look, Diddy might have been a billionaire, but it's some billionaires much higher than him, might be even trillionaires out there for all we know. We ain't on that level where we gonna know who them folks are, okay? They behind the scenes. Yeah. They might have not made theirs right either, but they ain't out here talking and doing the things that he doing. See, he put himself in this predicament so far as I'm concerned. Good morning, Living for Jesus. How you doing? So, it's just, every day you hear about it, it's just so many people, names are coming out. And it makes me stop and wonder, why would they even want to go to a party like that? Everybody done heard about them. Even if I was invited, I'd be like, nah, that ain't my cup of tea there. I ain't going to that. I might catch him in concert, but them parties after 12 o'clock that last for 48 hours and stuff, I don't want to party that long, first of all. And what y'all doing up in there, I don't want to do. Um, hey Mike, good morning. How you doing? Okay, so I did a little research this morning because I've been listening to 50 Cents. He talking lots too. I think he gonna talk too much before it's over with. Cause you think about him. Okay, if Diddy is the, what I'm gonna call him, the ringmaster, and Jay-Z and him are like Bobsy twins and been for a long time. If one go down, the other one gonna have to go down, or he gonna have to testify against him. That's the only way he gonna be able to stay here, because he knows everything. Cause why he was there. So that only makes sense to me. And if y'all don't see it like I see it, it's okay to put your comments in there. So now that's two out the way. Who does that leave next? People like in the bracket with 50 cents, who been saying this, who been going against him all the time. Now, are you going to do the right thing when you get in there? You talked a lot of noise about him, but this thing is all about money, okay? And let's not forget that. So I took my little time and I looked up these Rico charges. The whole case is being compared to Epstein. It's basically the same thing. He was of a different nationality. That's the big difference. But he basically did the same thing, but couldn't handle prison. So supposedly he took himself out. Now we don't know if he was taken out or if he took himself out, and we never will. But he ain't here. That's what we know. Okay? Good morning, Cheryl P. And anybody else I missed? So I'm going to try to come back in the end and try to catch some of y'all's comments. So keep writing, okay? So the longer the case goes on, people, there's more time to pick up more and more evidence on the case and facts about the case. But know this, when the feds come for you and they raid your home like they did his, they obviously picked up enough evidence to hold him. They didn't care about your 50 million. They didn't care about your home over here in California, your home over here in Florida, or your mama's home. You're not getting out. 2 judges have already said you're going to stay right here. We can't trust you. You got an airplane. You know where to go. You got enough money to get there. No, 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 no. We got you. We're going to keep you right here. That's what's going on, ain't it? Good morning, Chief. How you doing? So anyway, like I was saying, the longer this case goes on, the more time they have to put together more evidence, to go look for this person, look for that person, get what they got to say. Rumors have been out there that Jay-Z is gone, bye-bye, ain't said nothing, don't know where he is. They can find him if they want him. And they can bring him right on back up in here. Just depends. They might not even need it. Who knows? We don't know how this thing is going to turn down, because we know it's going to take down a whole lot of folks, but we know this much too. Diddy in there singing. Soprano, alto, baritone, bass, he's singing, y'all. Trust me. All these names are not popping up without him telling them folks, and them folks already saw it on the videos. Because he recorded everything like a fool. For power and money to use it against the people. To keep them where he wanted them. Okay? So, there were recordings that were found. There were text messages. There was phone tapping going on. And you got to realize something. This thing goes back 30 years. He ain't started off with no $1 billion. He ain't started off with no million. He had somebody backing him, and they backed him with a whole lot of money real quick. The thing of it is, he let the money go to his head, and with the money came the power. He had to use and manipulate other people to get to where he wanted to go. and to let them share in on a little money, but it cost them their soul. Peace, happiness, none of that. They ain't have it. You want to tell me that these people couldn't have nabbed him a long time ago? The rumors was out there about Usher and Beaver, Justin Beaver. But for some reason, they waited until these people were grown. Then they want to talk to them now. See, they don't move fast. This ain't the state you dealing with. This is the feds. This thing can go on for up to 10 years. Fed charges. So if this is 2024, they can go back to 2014. Or if it happened in 2008, they can go 10 years forward. 10 years back. Yeah, they can do that. That's within their power. I'm trying to see who that is. Looks like Catherine. Okay. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. People don't look like what they are. Now, if you look at that Christina, what was her name? Crowing, I think was her name. She ain't look like nobody that was manipulating nobody or doing no racketeering or working for nobody like P. Diddy. You can't look at a person and tell. You cannot. Was he a good singer? I don't listen to rap. So, I mean, you have to ask somebody else who really listen to rap. They ain't singing to me. From my era, that's not singing. Okay? That's rapping. And I'm not into rap, so I couldn't answer that. Okay? So, there's a criminal enterprise. Now, we've heard that word out here when DJ was out here, enterprise, all the time. And we're going to get to what that is, too, an enterprise. Because I don't ever recall her giving a definition of it. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about these Rico charges today. And then later on in the week, we're going to talk about civil lawsuits. Like when OJ won the criminal part of his case, but got slapped with the civil lawsuit, the difference. Yeah, we're going to stay with this week. We're going to understand the law out here this week because I'm definitely doing my research, hitting up the phone if I have to, to the people that I know. So, there's obstruction of justice. There's kidnapping. There's bribery. Forced labor. Arson. You remember when he blew up the car? But something about Cassie and who she was dating, and he did that too. So they got him on a whole lot of stuff. See, when they came in, they didn't just come in with one charge. They hit him with so many charges. And if you notice, he don't have a team of lawyers like even OJ did. He just got one man. That's telling me something too. He know doggone well he could have 50 lawyers. He ain't going to be able to beat all these charges, and lawsuits are coming in every week. Ain't no way. He done dug his own grave. And he just laying there in it now. He alive, but he really dead. Yeah, that's the way it is. So, Bad Boy Entertainment is a corporation he used to commit the crimes, according to what I've read, okay? Now, he also had other enterprises that I'm sure they're looking into. Combs Enterprise, Combs Global, Sean John, that was his clothing line. The whiskey company, what is it? Ciroc? So when you're dealing with Rico, they can freeze every one of your assets down to the last dollar on everything. I don't care whose name it's in. If they can tie to you, connected to you, they're going to freeze it, baby. Just like that. And he had no idea. He thought he was coming home. He wouldn't have been out there walking the streets like that. He had been in New York since September the 5th. He already knew what was coming down, but what he didn't know was that he wasn't going to be able to go home. or he might have done things a little bit different from the jump. They just walked into the hotel and bam, told him, read him his rights, locked him up, and threw away the key. I ain't coming back no time soon. So, Homeland Security and the feds is nothing to play with. I told y'all when I worked at Baltimore International Airport, I was the manager over the kiosk machines that you come in and you vet yourself back in, and the ambassadors who helped you till you got up to Homeland Security. I was just that line just before Homeland Security. They came through me to them. Okay? And then they checked them. You either gonna walk or you gonna go in the little room back there. We're gonna talk about this stuff. Some talked about it and did all right. Some, clink, clink. Got to go. Okay? Depend. Whether things checked out all right. So now we know all of these businesses that he's had. Abuse was emotionally and physically and sexually between many escorts and prostitution services that he had to come through there. Now, we done heard Suge Knight. He rambling on for years in jail. He ain't lied about a lot of that stuff. What the hell do he have to lose? He already behind bars. It's my belief that he telling the truth. You heard Wendy Williams out there. She warned us about Diddy and Jay-Z. But all of a sudden, these people either come up sick, missing, dead. Something happened to them when they get to talking too much. Yeah. Diddy is being hit by lawsuit after lawsuit weekly. He won't have enough money, apparently. He knows he's in for life. $1 billion ain't nothing when they hitting you for 20 million and 50 million at a time. Okay? That can go pretty fast. I'm sure that lawyer is high price. Either way it go, he is not gonna be able to get this man off all these charges. He already know that. Did he probably know that too? But he gotta have somebody to represent him. So now I read this morning, they gonna let him up on the stand and represent himself. That is gonna be hilarious. How in the Sam Dickens you gonna come up there and represent yourself? And you got a high-powered attorney. That don't make a lick of sense. But I guess when you're back up against the wall, you do whatever you think you can do. Now let's talk about Rico for a little while. How many of y'all know about Rico? What is it? You hear the word all the time, but do you really know what it is? Let's delve off into it and let's talk about that for a little while. Y'all hit that like button for me too. I don't know how many likes I got. I can't see. But do that for me. I appreciate it. So Rico is racketeering, influenced, and corrupt organization act. That's what it is. That's what it stands for. It provides for extended criminal penalties and a civil cause of action for acts performed as part of an ongoing criminal organization. Okay? So now that you know what it is and what it stands for, it's an act relating to the control of organized crime in the United States. I also saw this morning where they were going to, I want to say, they were out of the country. I don't want to lie and say where they were going because I don't remember. But they were going out of country to get somebody who was a victim to bring them in to testify. So if they spending this kind of money, they know they finna get a lot of money. Best believe. So the Organized Control Act of 1970, that's how long this thing has been around, enacted by the 91st U.S. Congress, came into effect October the 15th of 1970. This is 2024. So it's been around for a minute. It became public law under the statute of 91-452. So you can look it up yourself, and you'll see many cases they've had under this Rico Act. It was introduced in the Senate by John McClellan, passed in the Senate on January the 23rd, 1970, passed in the House on October the 7th, 1970. Signed into law by Richard Nixon. He was president during that time on October the 15th, 1970. So you know how far back we going. I was a young woman in high school when this happened. Okay? Let me break it down for you a little bit more. A person who has committed at least 2 acts of racketeering. I want you to understand the law and how they word it so specific to when they break it down to you, like I had to read it and break it down, okay? For you, they got you. Ain't no way out of it. It's certain words that they use that will connect you and you can't get away from it. So, a person who has committed at least 2 acts, okay? That's what you got to keep in mind, of racketeering activity drawn from a list of 35 crimes. The numbers are important here. 2 acts, 35 crimes. 27 federal crimes. And 8 state crimes within a 10-year period. That can hit you with the Rico. But that's a lot going on right there. I said 2 acts of racketeering activity drawn from a list of 35 crimes, 27 federal crimes, and 8 state crimes within a 10-year period. That's why the feds move so slow. They got to get you. They win all but 10% of the cases that's presented in court. Fact. One can be charged if one of the 4 specified ways is an enterprise, which we'll talk about later. Those found guilty of racketeering can be fined up to $25,000. Well, to Diddy, that ain't nothing. That's a dinner out maybe. For him, $25,000. And sentenced to 20 years. Oh, but that's where it gets deep right there. Sentenced to 20 years in prison for racketeering. Okay? So, again, like I told you in the beginning, they hit him with their best shot on these charges, where each charge carried so much time and there's so much money. Now, y'all gonna run me from out here with that noise. Can y'all still hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if that noise not bothering y'all. I get up and go in the house if it's bothering y'all. Am I talking over it? Is he gonna come out here with this blower at the pool? Okay, Marlon said they can still hear me. Okay, good. In addition, the racketeer must forfeit all ill-gotten gains through a pattern of racketeering practice. That is what they look at when they charge you with racketeering. The pattern. That's what's going to trip you up. Most criminals are going to keep, once they get away with it the first time, they keep the same pattern going, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and better and better and better, and more money and more money and more money. That's how it goes down. So the U.S. attorney who indicts someone under RICO has the option of seeking a pretrial restraining order or an injunction to temporarily seize the defendant's assets and prevent the transfer of potentially forfeiting property, as well as require the defendant to put up a performance bond. Now, they've already done that to Diddy. When he went to court, not 1 time, but 2 times, and he tried to put up all this stuff, and they said, we don't want it. We already got it. Because we got what we need to get it, okay? So, an injunction or performance bond ensures that there is something to seize. In the meantime, on a guilty verdict. They don't have to worry about that now. Not at all. So feds typically lose only 10% of the cases, like I told you in the beginning. So don't you think by now, if this is true that they only lose 10% of the cases that go to court, they knew exactly when they wanted to pick him up. He wasn't about to leave out that hotel and go hop on his jet and fly up out of here and go somewhere where they'd have to try to get him extradited back here or go for the next one in line. Mm-mm. They had spent too much time already doing that. In most cases, the threat of Rico cases forces defendants to plead guilty to a lesser charge. They ain't giving him no lesser charges. They hit him with their best shot up front. Okay? I saw somebody ask, what is his charges? You ain't been watching at all, huh? Okay, racketeering is one. Sex trafficking is another. Bribery. He got a whole bunch of charges out there, baby. About 6 or 7 charges. And then more people are coming in every day with lawsuits against him. At first it was just, what's the guy's name? Lil Rob and Cassie. They actually opened this thing up when they started with that. But now it's more and more every day. People, I don't know nothing about them. I ain't never even heard about them at all. So they got him where they want him. But now that they got him, the question is, who do they want next? Who is the next heavyweight out there? And in my opinion, it's his bad boyfriend, Jay-Z. We're going to see how this turns. If he's going to testify against him or enter state evidence, or if he's going to go down with him. I doubt very seriously that he's going to go down with him. He has children out there. About 4, I believe. He has a wife out there. Okay? He has family. So, and he has $1 billion. At least $1 billion. That we know of. Might be more than that. It might be more than that for Diddy. For all we know, they just said he was a billionaire. A billionaire of 1 billion or 100 billion. How many? That we don't know. So despite its harsh provisions, a RICO-related charge is considered easy to prove in court because it focuses in on patterns, people. Patterns of behavior as opposed to criminal acts. And that's why they like to slap you with that RICO charge. They've taken a lot of time out their busy schedule. They probably work many, many hours, even though they might have gotten paid overtime or whatever. I don't know how they get paid. But they've collaborated a lot. They've watched you. They've tapped your phone. They have raided your house. It's pretty hard not to get out of it. It really is. I don't see any way out of this. And at this point, I would sit back and I would be thinking like, he's probably going crazy right about now. He's not used to confinement. He's used to control. He's used to having the money and the power to do whatever he wanted to do any time of the day he wanted to do it. He also went in there on some drugs. So he's having withdrawals. Because they did find some kind of pink powder when they went in his room. They found other drugs when they went in his house. They found guns. And what is supposed to be some kind of tunnel that leads to other homes right around him. Which leads me to think about something else. Now, the guy, the white guy that passed away, they had the Playboy Mansion. Supposedly, there was a tunnel leading to his house. So how was that connected? But did they do anything to him? No. He was in magazines. He was on newspapers. He fronted the women around and did basically the same thing. But he didn't have any of us, to my knowledge, in there. See, that's the difference. We talk too much. We tell everything. Even the people who were working for him are now talking. They set up these rooms for him. They brought the baby oil in for him. They brought in clean sheets for him. He didn't do all that by himself. He had employees. Watch they testify against him. Watch they not going to be all black. Why not testify now? They ain't finna make no more money. So, hey, why not? They couldn't trust him on the outside. They knew he would get on that phone. They knew he would get to whoever he needed to. And he would mess up the case. So that's why they're holding him down. They understand him. They understand his power. They've been studying him for a long time, people. They didn't just come out in the last couple of weeks and say, oh, man, we surprised that they are not surprised. They might have been surprised at the amount of stuff that he had, but they wasn't surprised about no darn baby or no gun or no drugs. Nah. They've been looking at him for a while. Okay? So, later on in the week, we're going to talk about this enterprise as it's defined. We're going to talk about civil suits, organized crime, state laws, famous cases that have already been tried, Rico offenses, any violation of state statutes. So, the violations that I researched that came up under the state statutes are gambling, arson, they got him for that, kidnapping, got it, extortion, probably, robbery, suspect, bribery, they got it, dealing with obscene matter of dealing in a controlled substance on a list of chemical as defined by the Controlled Substance Act. Got it. So whoever was wanting to know what did he do, that's what he did, according to them, the feds and Homeland Security. Any act of bribery, counterfeiting, theft, embezzlement, fraud, dealing with obscene matter of obstruction of justice, slavery, racketeering, gambling, money laundering, commission of murder for hire, embezzlement, bankruptcy fraud, security fraud, drug trafficking, criminal copyright infringement, bringing in and aiding or abetting criminals, assisted aliens in illegally entering the country, acts of terrorism, or patterns of racketeering. They got you. Once they get the evidence on you, they have you, okay? So let me get into the chat and read some of y'all's comments because my hour is just about up. Hold on, let me pull this down and get in here so I can see it. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up since I'm already at the bottom instead of going to the top. Hey, Tasha T. Good morning. Did you get your Cash App, Tasha T? You coming out the bushes? It's free? Okay, well, come on, baby. You know that. Ramona J. Carolyn, I always hit the like button when I come in. ABC, hello from Russia. Welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Good morning, Carolyn Tottenham. Why there are 176 viewers and only 35 likes? Because they don't know the like button is free. I guess y'all please hit the like button for me. Good morning, Larry Duncan. Woo, that's what I said. Miss Ethel Box, welcome to Chatting with Miss V. What happened to the daughter he adopted? It was a son. It was, what's the lady's name? Was her name Cassie Ventura? It was her son. He's still there. I think he adopted him No, he was real young. I want to say 3. Larry Duncan, you right. It's a mess. The Playboy Mansion, yes. They had a tunnel out there that was connected supposedly to some homes right there on the water where he lived. And that was one of them. Mel Bell says, sounds like what R. Kelly did. Exactly. And if you've noticed lately, R has come out in defense of Diddy. I would think, okay, you've been in there long enough now to know what you did wrong, but obviously he don't see the light either. Um, hey, Miss Audrey. Okay, Aretha, I got it mixed up. I thought you were in New Orleans. Okay. Good morning, Dexter. All them white? No. It's fewer whites than it is blacks that have already been brought out. I'll put it that way, Larry. No, that was Dexter. Um, Bushwatchers, would you please hit the like button? Thank you. Hey, Reba, good morning. How you doing? Marion, God stopped all that energy facts. Yes, he did. It took a long time, and that's what people don't understand. God moves sometimes just like the feds move, nice and slow. Let you expose yourself, and then he'll step in. And you be wondering, God, are you still there? But you got to remember, he got a world of people. It's just not you. In due time. He's an on-time God. Just always remember that. Who was asking for his personal chef? I don't know, Rena. I'm not sure about that. Crazy. Yes, it is, Larry. The whole thing is just messed up from the floor up. And it just tells me sometimes when you get that much money, it's too much power for a little boy raised in New York with nothing. And then they even bringing out stuff about his mom now. And apparently his daddy was connected somehow with law enforcement. And something came up with that. I got to research that and find out what happened there because I'm not sure about that. But that was kind of blown under. But the mother supposedly kind of pushed him on to doing the kind of stuff he was doing. All about money. Just like, what's the boy, Will Smith's son and Jada? This boy is messed up now. He's coming out talking that he was sold to Diddy by his mother, Jada. I'm like, this is off the grid here. Who does that? Sell your son for money? And y'all making money, both of you? How much money is enough money? Would he get less time if he rats? No. All he gonna do is people like Jay-Z who were like that with him, they'll probably call him in and give Jay-Z a choice to turn in evidence against him to stay his butt out or to take a lesser sentence than what Diddy is getting. He'll have a choice, but either way it go, it ain't gonna be a good choice. He ain't just gonna walk. Cause he's on them videos just as well. J-Lo, they called out a lot of people's names that's on them videos. I'm talking about big time money folks. Even Oprah. They all have messed up their livelihoods. They did. Not knowing what went enough. T.D. Jakes is the one that I could just take his pants down and just beat the... How you gonna get up there in the pulpit on Sunday morning and you hired by God to give us a word to live by? And what is you doing at night behind the scene after 12 o'clock when the party started? See, I ain't got to worry about you because God going to take care of you. He already stepped you down, fired you. Yeah, he did. Jay-Z needs to be next. Ramona J., I'm with you. He was an accomplice, if nothing else. Marlon is agreeing. Ms.V. on teaching us. She is amazing. Thank you, Larry. I do my research and my homework. I act like I'm in school again. When I bring serious subject matter like this to you, I don't want to bring you nothing wrong. So if I don't understand it, I'm going to pick up the phone and call somebody who's in that business of knowing what the statutes are and what the law is. And if the law is correct in this state, because every state may have different state laws, but them federal laws, they the same. Across the state line. Yep. Carolyn, he in my building, a golden retriever named Duncan. Okay, y'all talking about a dog. Mel, Mel Bell. Carolyn say, what didn't he do? He did it all. Whatever he thought about doing, that's what he did. And the part that I don't like, and I've said this before, like it or not, I'm saying it again. Look, I don't have a problem with you being gay. You can like woman on woman or man on man. They ain't got nothing to do with me, okay? But can you be one or the other? Don't be sleeping with women and then sleeping with men too. That's confusing. That's very confusing. To the woman that you dating, when she find out about you sleeping with a man, don't you think that's hurtful or vice versa? Do one or the other now, doggone it. Don't be sleeping over here at 5 o'clock with her and at 12 o'clock the night with him. What is wrong with you? Y'all don't know who the hell you are. Miss Joy, good morning. How you doing? Marlon said, preach, sister. Rena, 121 or 29 likes. We can do better than that. I don't even know how many they got. I got 157 in the building this morning, but how many they done hit the like button? But let me explain the like button to some of y'all who don't know. It is free. You like the commentary that I'm giving. It allows it to go out into the algorithm and hit more people. That's what the likes and the shares are all about. More people see it. So more people can hear it. More people can come into the chat. That's what it's all about. And it's free. So I don't understand that mentality either. Come on, black folks. I got folks across the water hitting the button and coming in every day. Let's see. Larry Duncan, thanks and hello again. I have a classmate by that name. Was just wondering if you were from Lake Charles, but raised in a small city in Texas, Lamarck, Texas. Okay. Um, Hit that like button. Good information. Thank you, Marlon and Larry. And y'all are welcome. I welcome men in because y'all may have a different perspective than what a lady would have. Okay? So I always welcome men to come in the chat and tell it like you see it, okay? Because ain't no right and no wrong over here. We all can agree to disagree over here. I don't know everything. I'm the first one to say it, okay? What I do know, I know. Because I done looked it up and I'm passing it in like I'm passing in a test. And I want to be graded with an A on it, okay? Larry's from Southwest Minnesota. Welcome, babe. Is it cold up there yet? Mel Bell said, you good. Okay, thank you. That's when I was asking about could y'all hear because of the noise downstairs. Larry is from St. Paul, Minnesota. Oh, we got some cold climates up in here, the capital city. Never been to Minnesota. That's where Mike Tyson got in trouble in Minnesota late night. Yeah. Marlon says if it was Trump, he would be good. Trump likes him. I saw that out here on social media where he was saying Diddy was good with him. I said, okay. Can we bring it out how many parties that you attend? Just asking. Rena, the UK. Okay. I spoke to you, Rena. Marlon, break it down. New York got like 95% plus success rate at convictions. Yes, ma'am. That's what I was saying. They gave me 10%, but you saying 95 plus. So that's even better in New York. Yes, indeed. Diddy screwed. We know that. Just a matter of time. And like I said, the longer it stays out there, the more lawsuits are going to hit, the more evidence is going to come up, and the more mockingbirds are going to sing. They don't want a part of this. Everybody has disassociated themselves from him or trying. Okay. Okay, Marlon is saying even if it's his mom's name, they'll freeze it. Exactly. She got to show where she got it from, how she made it. She can't, then it connects back to him. Now, he bought her that $2 million house that he was going to put up to get out of there. That showed me right there, good. You didn't even care if your mama had a place to stay that night. You know they finna freeze everything, but you going to put her house up too? Don't even know if you're going to get out of this? I can't with no Diddy. Uh-uh. Ms.V, your team showed out last night. Yes, they did. We back to football now. Um, Thank you, Miss Jackie, for telling them to hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I appreciate that. Desmond, welcome to Chatting with Miss V. In reference to Justin or Ursha, when they were minors, I hold parents responsible. Yes, Miss Audrey, I meant to mention that too. Where were the parents? Now, I know they said that Ursha was with him for a whole year. I listened to Ursha, and he was saying that his parents never knew what happened. But the question is, Ursha, is what happened to you? Okay? Beaver's letting the world know what happened to him. And it's no doubt in my mind that he will be messed up for life. I don't care how much therapy. That was his formative years as a child. He wasn't doing what children do at that age. That's got to be messed up. Still trying to date women, but looking at what's happening to you in that man's home whenever he wanted to, with whoever he wanted to. Mm-mm. And I read some bad stuff about you too, J-Lo. I hope it's not true. Desmond, hey Miss V, what's up? How you doing today? I'm good. I'm good. Just out here talking to y'all before I go back to work. Was he a good singer? He was a rapper, Canton. Okay. LaWanda saying 100. That fool got on my nerves. I'm sorry, chat. Oh, that was somebody in the. Okay. I'm not American, so I am lost with some of the names. Okay, I understand. Just go to P. Diddy, Puffy, any of those names, and look up the rappers. Most of them are going to be associated with him. He had Bad Boys Entertainment, and most of them who came up from the time he came up 30 years ago had to go through them, or they had to pay a heavy price on the outside to try to struggle through the game alone. And a lot of them who started with him broke off from him. And they just kind of faded out the business. He had it sold up. Pretty much. Mike, welcome to Chatting with Miss V, laughing. Yeah, he is. Okay. I spoke to you, Miss Carolyn. Federal agents went to London last week investigating in a reference to Diddy. Oh, so that's where it was. It was in London. I couldn't remember where they went, but I knew they went out the country. Yeah. Right, Diddy's on that level. They are done with him. He didn't talk too much. He didn't embarrass them. I mean, do you really think these people wanted them to know that you got $1,000 of lubricant in there? And I read somewhere this weekend in one of the articles I was reading that what he was using was a horse tranquilizer. Okay? That's Diddy. What Kanye West was using was something from the dentist. When the dentist numb your gums, that's what he was using. I was like, these people wasn't afraid they was gonna kill somebody, put too much or not. Oh, I don't know. I just don't. I don't understand that. They even showed who Kanye's West dentist was. He didn't even look like a dentist to me. But then the person that did the surgery on his mama didn't look like a doctor to me either. Okay. Can you tell me? Okay, we already discussed that, Canton. Hey, Miss Cheryl P. All that corruption and preservation needs to stop and be cleaned out. The spotlight is on all of them. So hopefully it all gets exposed. And start a new day. Go back to the old school ways. Now, I'm not going to say that this just started because I think a lot of them were doing it from the jump. Okay? But how are we going to know? We're not in that circle. These came up in the last 30 years, and this one was just bold enough to go out there and take advantage of it and do what he needed to do to get to where he wanted to go and to satisfy his pleasures. Because if that's true that tunnel connects to the Playboy Mansion, they were connected too. Um, I don't know, Cantor, when they're gonna arrest Jay-Z, but or if they will arrest him. But we'll find out soon. This ain't gonna last too much longer. They got enough on him and everybody else out there. And you got people that steady out there talking. 50 Cents don't miss a day. Okay? Now Ursha is starting to talk about what happened to him in his childhood. Justin Bieber's talking about what happened to him. You got Jaguar Wright out there. She's commentating every day about what went down because she actually attended a lot of those parties. So she knows. Hi, Christina. How you doing? My hell of a names. Yeah. Hey, Shatika. Okay, I think I'm back up almost to the top where I've spoken to everybody. Um, yeah, I did. Okay, y'all, and I'm right at my hour, so I'm going to get something to eat. Let me show y'all this. This guy that worked with me this morning, he's Hispanic. I ain't never seen nothing. He said, I'm going to bring you something on Monday. I thought he was going to bring me some Mexican food or something. Look what he brought me. This a crackling, y'all. I ain't finna eat this. Look, he ain't finna take me out of here. They that big. All of them. Look at that. Look like they burn that one there. But I ain't finna eat that. That's too much. All that pork with all that fat on it. Y'all be missing me. I been a dug my own grave. I ain't finna do it. I like living. But y'all hit that like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe. It's all free. I appreciate y'all coming in. And we'll talk later on. Not going to say tonight, but next time. How about that? Because every time at night I get ready to come on at my normal, usual time, something goes down. I don't get off of work on time. It's always something now. So normally if I come on at night, I try to come on between 7 and 8. And in the morning, sometime between 10 and 11. But I appreciate y'all coming in listening this morning. Hopefully y'all gained something out of what Rico is. And we're going to continue on throughout the week. So you'll understand the law a little bit better. And then you'll understand how they got him where they got him. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to y'all later.